Hey, good morning, YouTube. How you doing? Today is Thursday, March 21st. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay. First up is a quick recap of yesterday's highlights. There are links to these channels in the description below. Alright, first up, Barbarian Kung Fu released a video the next video in his series titled Packing on Blast, episode number 3. Comic book packaging, critique, and giveaway winner announcement. Okay, here we go. In this series, Barbarian opens packages from sellers he's purchased from various platforms and critiques and scores their packaging techniques. This series is not meant to insult the sellers, but to inform the buyers of sellers that they may potentially have issues with in regards to shipping. Now, it also promotes the sellers that are doing well and recognizes their commitment to pleasing their customers. Barbarian also is taking the opportunity to announce the winner of his super secret subscriber giveaway. Now, if you watch his videos to the end, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Alright, next item on the recap comes from Aznfunk Comics channel. He released a video titled My First Super Toy Show and Comic Haul. Join Aznfunk as he attends his very first Super Toy Show in San Jose, California. See firsthand what it's like as he checks out collectibles ranging from cards, action figures, memorabilia, and of course, comics. Alright, the final item on the recap comes from Comic Night channel. He gave us the second part in a 2-part series titled Pressing Comics, My Experiment. I love these kinds of videos, man. Before and after photos, and he even had a major screw-up in one of these things that prompted him to change his process. Teflon sheets, my friend. Alright, now let's get to the lineup. All of these times will be listed in both Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time, and there are links and timestamps in the description below. Okay, first item on the lineup for today is at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern. Kenny at ComicHead 84 brings us a video titled Top 10 Comic Book Picks for New Comic Book Day, March 20th. Hey Kenny, yo bro, and I got a question for you. Did you find any date stamps? Alright. My wife's gonna kill me. At 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and this time may be wrong, I don't know. Over at the MCE channel, which stands for Marvelous Collectibles and Entertainment, we should be getting a video titled Comic Chat with Chad 32119. Now, in this series, Chad, the connoisseur of comics, of 90 miles from comics, goes over the latest comics that came out yesterday and then shows off his pickups for this week. Hey Chad, yo bro! Alright, next up at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, over at the Metarog channel, we get the weekly comic contest roundup. Now, if you want to know what's going on in the YouTube comic community contest world, then you need to make sure you watch this video. I'm telling you, there's so many things going on right now. If I didn't watch this, I wouldn't have any idea what's going on. Alright, so great job, Metarog. The comic community thanks you for this wonderful free service you're providing for us. Next up at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, on Stacey's weekly comic book picks channel, we should be seeing the next video in his weekly series titled, you guessed it, Stacey's weekly comic book picks. So every episode the production has gotten better, and I'm really looking forward to today's. Alright, at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Whosoever watches this channel, if he or she be worthy, shall acquire the knowledge from the Comic Chief.
That's right, another day and another video from my boy the Comic Chief. This time we get the video titled The Comic Chief's Weekly Titles from Wednesday, March 20th, 3/2019, Aftershock, DC, Marvel. Yo, Arrow, your wife's gonna kill you when she sees that haul. Whoa! Alright, you know what? I feel like I'm missing something. Doesn't it feel like we're missing something today? You know, I don't think I got anything from Billy at Economics and Comics. You know, if you're taking a day off, bro, you deserve it, man. Have a good day off. By the way, those videos from yesterday, that spoiler review, killing it! Alright, Next up, at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have a video from Simon Comics, who brings us another edition of Throwback Thursdays. In this series, Simon showcases mostly gold, silver, and bronze age books. And Simon doesn't just showing us covers, he's dropping knowledge on us, man. This series is definitely worth watching. Alright, also at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we are going live over at Necrogodcomics channel with a live stream titled The SYMBIOTS Comic Book Club Auction. Tons of good books are going to be available from Necrogodcomics, Barbarian Kung Fu, Hoser Comics, Andrew Comics and Dogs, Delphia Sparks, Kachoon, and of course, I Got Issues. So, come bid or just hang out and enjoy the show. Alright, also at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, over at JLS Comics, we should be getting the next installment in their weekly live stream titled The Comiconversation. Hop in the chat, introduce yourself, say hello, leave a like. Alright, next up at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, join Jack, aka Mr. Bolo, and Brian over at Simple Man's Comics each Thursday night as they discuss this week's hottest comic book releases and recap the ComicBookInvest.com BOLO Be on the Lookout list for new comic books that released yesterday. This list is broken down into 4 parts: confirmed first appearances, reader buzz, variant buzz, and of course you can't forget aka Mr. Bolo's long-term play. You don't want to miss this one. Jack and Brian are dropping great knowledge in this live stream, comic fam. I'll see you in the chat. Alright, at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, over at All About Comics, we have another live show. This one is titled Comics and Cold Ones. This should be episode number 41. Join JP, Pope, and the gang as they discuss the latest and greatest in comic news. Alright, at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, over at Hoodoo TV channel, we are getting a premiere video titled New Bloodshot series with Tim Seeley, Emerald City Comic Con 2019. So, Hooser catches up with Tim Seeley at Emerald City Comic Con just after Tim was announced as the writer of the new Bloodshot series from Valiant Entertainment coming out in September 2019. This should be good, you don't want to miss it. Alright, at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Tony Sanders gives us the next installment in his terrific series titled What's Your Grail? In tonight's live show, he has a special guest, ComicBooks NYC, and you know NYC is going to be coming with some sweetness tonight. Okay, the final item on the lineup for today, and the last live show that I saw scheduled, is over at ComicHead 84 again, and it starts at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, and Kenny gives us a debut of a brand new series titled Grader's Notes. So let's join ComicHead 84, Metarog, Gino Presents, The Gray Man in the chat as they discuss, I don't know, something related to grading, I'm assuming. And with that lineup, who cares? It's going to be fire. You don't want to miss it. Alright, well that's it for today's show. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch me. It's awesome. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. That's cool. Notice the pile's growing again, but I'm not going to get to it this weekend because I am in Chicago. That's right. I will be at C2E2 live, broadcasting something because I got to put some content out, right? Alright, anyway, this list will be up on Instagram sometime in the afternoon with any changes and or corrections. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon. Like, share, comment, and absolutely do not forget, we had a great time.